Unlike the RNC, which preyed on fear to get people to buy their product, Infinity Ward tried to alleviate Call of Duty fans' fear with tons of new footage in the Call of Duty news of the week. Infinity Ward hosted a panel at San Diego's ComicCon yesterday in which they showed off footage of the first campaign mission titled Black Sky. This footage really fills in the blanks from the trailer that has the most amount of dislikes in YouTube history. Considering all of the recent terrorist attacks, they should have put a trigger warning on this gameplay due to the fact that it makes people vomit with disgust, especially when they see their first boost jump. The first engagement here is with a chappie, and this time you're pressing circle to pay respects. Or not, as your teammate helps you out anyway, since Call of Duty campaigns basically just hold your hand. The gun is a distinct SN6 from Advanced Warfare ripoff in terms of both looks and mechanics, except for the reload in the back instead of the bottom. Stand by for Titanfall, as pods drop off minions to fight like what the actual Infinity Ward is now working on. I mean, who the hell are these two fuck trumpets that introduced this video to us? Oh yay, the lean feature is back. Can't wait to alter my playstyle to get a camo that looks like someone took a shit on your firearm. I know that this is scripted, so why would this twat waffle head right for a grenade, and why are you shooting at a dead body? This isn't a Treyarch game where it takes 100 bullets to kill. It's a two-shot Infinity Ward game, fam. Now even left-handed people can feel inclusive with a guns and grenades out approach. Check out this shotgun with the beepity bop sight that lets you turn your enemies into a Jabberwocky show. And you thought IEDs are bad in Ghosts? This little fucker chases the enemies down for you. Then we move into a part that looks ripped off from Resistance in MW3 with a gun that would be like if an MTAR-X and a Honey Badger had an ugly one-night stand. Here's that scene out of the trailer where the good guys start to fight back against a surprise butt sex. And I can't believe that a pre-rendered gameplay would have frame drops like this. Then I remember this footage was recorded on a PS4, so that's to be expected. Then this dude picks up a sniper rifle with an assault rifle attached to it that shoots frickin' laser beams. Hey, the Maverick DLC gun is back, everybody, and even has the same exact audio sounds too. Looks like they're gonna push that weird superhero-esque remote control business from the Black Ops 3 campaign here to push the narrative. Oh, and this script was definitely supposed to use the lean feature, but it fucked up the first time through. It looks here as though the NFL quarterback motion of checking the shit on your wrist before calling a play is still being used to call in a kill streak that's slower than evolution, and this time it's a friendly Harrier ready for deployment. He then hops into that jet, and for all the chest pounding about not being on rails, it clearly says autopilot on in the HUD. Oh, and another connection to the trailer, this is the time when David Bowie was being killed for the second time in 2016. Now, finally, the autopilot is off, and COD fans are experiencing what people playing Battlefield have been doing for years now, learning when to deploy ECMs and flares and when to go in after people, but I'm sure flying this thing will be like using the default control settings instead of veteran, like a real shit bucket. So this new game is half COD, half Star Fox, in spite of the fact that COD shit stains and fanboys repeatedly say they hate Battlefield because of the vehicles. I guess you'll learn how to love them, right? Well, buckle up, because you're going to need that infant seat for a while in the campaign, it seems, because at least half of the footage we've seen so far has been in spaceships and not on the ground. Speaking of vehicles, there was a stream on the 15th to the official Call of Duty Facebook page, which looks like shit because Facebook videos are about as skinny as an Olsen twin. In this stream, 3 other douche canoes talk about the vehicles and weapons of Infinite Warfare. First, this dude man bro talks about the Jackal, which is actually the only ship you could pilot in the campaign, the Raven, which could drop shit off like a bathroom break after Taco Bell, and the Retribution, which we'll talk about that later because we got a different video for just that. Then on the enemy side, we got the Skelter, which will take on the Jackals, and the appropriately named Olympus Mons, which definitely looks like the pubic region of a vagina, but most Call of Duty players have never actually seen one in real life. The other subject are the weapons, which also have a full backstory to them, because what else are you going to do in 3 years besides play make-believe? Oh, actually make updates to the game engine or create a new one. Nah. They also talk about the futuristic weapons being grounded in reality, but then throw that all out the window when you could swap regular ballistic ammo to energy weaponry in an instant. They also talk about a bullet being a much smaller mass than a human, so the gravity doesn't really affect someone in space. Are you fucking kidding me? When I do those Overwatch meme videos, I look up gun fails all the time where people are falling over from the recoil of a shotgun, so it's definitely not negligible. This gameplay footage floating in space seems totally legit until they fire a gun and don't start floating backwards because of the recoil. Did anyone in Infinity Ward take a fucking physics class? Then they started taking questions with the hashtag IWIntel, and this is where shit got real. Here's a question, quote, how is it possible that you got this one so wrong with the fans? Where was your intel supporting this direction, end quote. Holy shit, apply ice to that burn. This isn't a Sarah Palin softball, what news do you read type question. It's too bad the response they gave was clearly some marketing PR jargon bullshit about how excited they are to show us more shit and how much fun it is to make this game, and it's a game they they've always wanted to make. Too bad nobody gives a shit that this is the game you wanted to make, because we're the ones buying it. We want you to make a game that we want to play, and they want us to trust them. Right, suddenly we have Call of Duty Amnesia and forgot all about their last game called Ghost, which ended on a cliffhanger but suddenly isn't a candidate for a sequel. It's also why you guys haven't showed off any multiplayer, nor put your pride on the line by giving us a public beta to try the game out. Instead, they gave us a pre-order bonus of Terminal, reimagined as a space station instead of one where Russians can hijack because we beat the Russians in the space race. Hashtag fuck Nick Sputnik. Can't wait to shell out my soul for a map that we're playing for the third fucking game that wasn't even good in the first one, let alone the second. As I was saying about the Retribution before, it's the player's home base in Infinite Warfare, so of course they made a video about it, and check out this amazing tour that looks ripped off from the scenes of Rebels loading into fighters in Star Wars. Either A New Hope or The Force Awakens. It's basically the same fucking movie anyways. And we now all know how Infinity Ward wasted their 3 years of development by giving the NPCs dialogue and gestures that are pointless because this isn't where the fucking missions of the gameplay will be. It's an interactive loading screen, for fuck's sake. Lastly, on ComicCon, Infinity Ward revealed the Zombies logo for their upcoming game, and it looks like a fucking toddler's wallpaper. Maybe if you're going for a 70s retro theme, it's not terrible, but that design looks like a reject from Futurama. I guess zombies weren't the type of life form we were looking for on Mars. Now on to some Modern Warfare Remastered news. Gameplay footage for the Crew Expendable mission, which is also the first mission in that game, dropped as well, with some additional textures and pops of color. Hey Price, why are you so blue? There's also this new cutscene with people coming down the rope, but the dialogue is exactly the same. Even down to the asides that are said when you kill the sleeping soldiers. Sweet dreams. I don't understand why they jumped to the end of the mission to ruin it for people, even though it's not really a spoiler since this game has been around for almost 9 years already. On to some Advanced Warfare news, and yes, I said Advanced Warfare. From July 24th through August 1st, Sledgehammer Games will be celebrating their 7-year anniversary with Hammer Week. As such, they're giving away weapon variants like Oprah every single day. You get a weapon variant, you get a weapon variant. Check under your seat, you get a weapon variant. The only one that I really want, though, is the Repulsor, which is an appropriate name for a gun that has this type of paint job. It's like some colors that a high school would pick for their logo. They're also giving away a Hammer box, which is only slightly better than a KFC fill-up box, or the t-shirt that Glenn would definitely wear out to a club or the gym, a signed copy of both Advanced Warfare and Modern Warfare 3, along with a commemorative coin, and you don't even have to sit through one of those awful infomercials for it. Additionally, they will be doing double XP and double legendary chances in supply drops the entire week, so it looks like the Hammer will have to return, and I'm definitely going to be playing more of it because, honestly, I enjoy playing it more than Black Ops 3. Anyway, that's going to do it for the Call of Duty news of the week. What do you guys think of the footage that has just been dropped recently regarding the upcoming Call of Duty game? I've been the Schwantz27, and just like a newborn baby, I'm out this bitch. Until next time.